Hello everyone, this is a sixth lecture on hydraulic engineering and machines. In the last lecture, uh, we discussed some numerical problems related to most economical rectangular channel and trapezoidal channel. Now next we come to most economical triangular channel section. Okay, in this lecture we will find the conditions for hydraulically efficient or most economical triangular channel and circular channel section. Okay, so look at this figure. This is a triangular channel. The depth of flow is y and the side slope is theta with vertical. Both the side this angle is same. Okay, so first of all let's find the area of flow in this triangular channel BOC. Area of flow will be, what is the area of this triangle BOC? That will be half of BC multiplied by OD. Half multiplied by BC multiplied by OD. OD is depth of flow, and how to find BC? In this triangle BOD, in triangle BOD, this is a right angle triangle and this is the angle theta. So tan theta will be, suppose this is equation 1, in triangle BOD, tan theta is equal to BD divided by OD. BD divided by OD. So BD is equal to OD tan theta, or OD is Y. So BD is equal to Y tan theta. Now look at here, BC is 2 times of BD. This BD is equal to DC because this is symmetrical. Okay, so BC is 2 times of BD. BC is equal to 2 times of BD and BD is Y tan theta. So BC is equal to 2Y tan theta. So substitute this value in equation number 1. So area of flow will be half of BC is 2Y tan theta, OD is Y. So it will become Y square tan theta. So this is area of flow. Now come to perimeter. What is perimeter? This is the length of the boundary of channel which is in contact with water. So what is the length of boundary which is in contact with water in this triangular channel? This is BO plus OC. Okay, BO plus OC, or we can say 2 times of BO. Now what is BO? Again in this triangle BOD, in triangle BOD, cos theta is equal to, in this triangle cos theta is equal to OD divided by BO. OD divided by BO, or we can say BO is equal to OD divided by cos theta, and 1 by cos theta is sec theta. So this is OD. What is OD? OD is depth of flow here. This is OD. Y and 1 by cos theta is sec theta. Okay, so BO is equal to y sec theta. Substitute this BO value in this equation number 2. We will have perimeter of this triangular channel as 2 times of y sec theta. Okay, so now perimeter is 2y sec theta and area of flow is y square tan theta. Now our next step is we have to keep minimum perimeter for hydraulically efficient channel. So for that, what we do, we have to differentiate perimeter. Firstly, here replace this y by a divided by 10 root over a divided by 10. From this, a is equal to y square tan theta. A is equal to y square tan theta. If you find the value of y in terms of area of flow and theta, you will have, we have a is equal to y square tan theta. So y will be root over a divided by tan theta. So substitute this y value in this perimeter, then we will have 2 root over a divided by tan theta into sec theta. Now differentiate this perimeter with respect to theta and equate this with 0. Okay, dp upon d theta is equal to 0. This we are doing to find the minimum perimeter for hydraulically efficient triangular channel. Okay, we are finding the value of theta for minimum perimeter. dp upon d theta, d upon d theta, what is perimeter? 2 root over a divided by tan theta into sec theta is equal to 0. 2 root a is constant in this term because we are keeping area of flow as constant and varying the perimeter. 2 root a is constant, we are taking out of this bracket. D upon d theta sec theta divided by root over tan theta is equal to 0. Now here we have two functions to differentiate sec theta and tan theta. So what is the differentiation of this type of terms? The formula is d upon dx x1 upon x2. Okay, denominator differentiation of numerator minus numerator differentiation of denominator divided by square of denominator. Here x1 is sec theta and x2 is root over tan theta. So apply this formula to find the differentiation of sec theta divided by root over tan theta. See here 2 root a is constant, then we can equate this is equal to 0. Here this equation says that either 2 root a is equal to 0 or d upon d theta sec theta divided by root over tan theta is equal to 0. So 2 root a cannot be equal to 0 because area of flow cannot be equal to 0. So what will be 0? D upon d theta sec theta divided by root over tan theta. Okay, so d upon d theta sec theta divided by root over tan theta is equal to 0. Now differentiate this term. Apply this formula d upon dx x1 divided by x2. x1 is sec theta and x2 is root over tan theta. x2 means sec theta, x2 means root over tan theta. Root over tan theta, differentiation of x1. So differentiation of sec theta is sec theta into tan theta minus sec theta, differentiation of x2 root over tan theta is 1 by 2 root tan theta and differentiation of tan theta is sec square theta divided by square of root over tan theta, that is tan theta, is equal to 0. Now take separately this tan theta, this term and this term. Root over tan theta sec theta tan theta divided by tan theta minus sec theta sec cube theta divided by 2 tan theta root over tan theta is equal to 0. This will cancel out. Root over tan theta sec theta is equal to sec cube theta divided by 2 tan theta and root over tan theta. Now transfer this root over tan theta here and tan theta also, then it will become tan square theta is equal to, and this will cancel out, this will become square, sec square theta divided by 2. This will be sin square theta divided by cos square theta is equal to, this will be 1 by 2 1 by cos square theta. Okay, this will cancel out, and now sin square theta is equal to 1 by 2 or sin theta is equal to 1 by root 2. And we know for the value of theta is equal to 45 degree, sine is 1 by root 2, hence sin theta is equal to sine 45 degree, so theta is equal to 45 degree. So for the hydraulically efficient or most economical triangular channel, this theta, the side slope, should be equal to 45 degree. If we talk about hydraulic mean depth or hydraulic radius, that is R is equal to A divided by P, and area is y square tan theta and perimeter is 2y sec theta. Y square tan theta and perimeter is 2y sec theta. And we know for the most economical triangular channel, theta is 45 degree. Substitute this theta value here, y square tan square 45 degree divided by 2y sec 45 degree. Tan 45 is 1 and sec 45 is root 2. So for most economical triangular channel, the hydraulic mean depth is y divided by 2 root 2 and the side slope is theta is equal to 45 degree. You could also solve this problem by considering side slope as 1 by n instead of taking theta. Okay, and then you will find this value of n for hydraulically efficient triangular channel equal to 1. Okay, n will be equal to 1 for the most economical triangular channel section. Okay, then only it is possible to have theta is equal to 45 degree. Okay, means here small n value is equal to 1. And also look at here, this theta is 45 degree, means this total angle BOC is 90 degree, and if this is 90 degree, it means this is 90 degree. Okay, it means this is a half portion of the square described on a diagonal, okay, having equal sloping sides. This is square. If we halve this square along this diagonal, then this portion will be most economical triangular channel section. Is it clear? Most economical triangular channel section is half of square, which is described on a diagonal having equal sloping side. Next we come to most economical circular channel. In case of rectangular channel, triangular channel, trapezoidal channel, there we kept area of flow constant for minimum perimeter and found minimum perimeter, but in case of circular channel, it is not possible to keep area of flow constant and minimum perimeter. Okay, if you vary the perimeter, then area of flow will also change in this case. So what can we do for this? So for circular channel, the most economical section is designed both for maximum velocity and for maximum flow rate. Maximum mean velocity and maximum flow rate. Because in this case we cannot find the minimum perimeter by keeping the area of flow constant, because if you vary the perimeter, then area of flow will also change. We all know that the Chezy's equation to find the velocity is V is equal to C root over RS. That is also equal to V is equal to C. R is A divided by P S, and the flow rate discharge is equal to AC root over RS or C root over A cube divided by P into S. Now look at here, to find the maximum velocity in this equation, V is equal to C root over A upon P S. C is Chezy's constant and S is the slope of the bed. Okay, these both are constant value, only the variable is A and P. So for the maximum velocity, A upon P should be maximum. V will be maximum when A upon P will be maximum. Q will be maximum when A cube divided by P will be maximum. Okay, this C and S both are constant. Here only A cannot be constant, so we have to vary both A upon P to find the maximum velocity and maximum discharge. Now let's take a circular channel with radius small r and the depth of flow is small y. 2 theta, this 2 theta, angle AOB. This 2 theta is the angle subtended by the water surface AB at the center of the circle. 2 theta is angle subtended by water surface AB at the center. Now what is the perimeter in this case? What is the perimeter of the circle with radius r, that is 2 pi r? If you are asked to find the perimeter of this portion only, suppose this is alpha, means only this perimeter you are asked, then how to find? Then there is a generalized formula to find the perimeter, that is alpha divided by 2 pi into 2 pi r, where alpha is this angle. Suppose you are asked to find the perimeter of this portion, means 1/4 of the complete circle, and this angle is 90 degree. So in this case the perimeter will be alpha is 90 degree, and 90 degree in radian will be pi by 2. Alpha is pi by 2 divided by 2 pi into 2 pi r. This 2 pi will get cancelled, then perimeter will be equal to pi r by 2. So in similar way we can find the perimeter for our case. Here the angle is 2 theta, alpha is 2 theta in this case. So the perimeter ADB will be 2 theta divided by 2 pi into 2 pi r. This 2 pi will get cancelled, that is 2r theta. Now area of flow will be, in similar way the generalized formula to find the area of any sector of a circle, the formula is alpha divided by 2 pi r square. So in this case alpha is 2 theta, so 2 theta divided by 2 pi r square. This pi get cancelled, 2 will get cancelled. So this is theta r square. Remember, this is not an area of flow, this is the area of OADBO. Okay, this is area of OADBO. But we have to find the area of flow, that will be equal to the area of OADBO minus area of this triangle. Okay, this total area minus this area, this will give you this area of flow. Okay, A is equal to AOADBO minus area of triangle OAB, area of triangle OAB is equal to theta r square minus area of triangle OAB is half of AB multiply by OC. Okay, and what is OC? OC in terms of R, if we find, this is also R, and this angle is angle COB is theta. So in this triangle cos theta is, in triangle OCB, cos theta is OC divided by OB. So OC is equal to OB cos theta and OB is R. So this is R cos theta, and in similar way BC will be R sin theta. Okay, BC will be R sin theta. So area of triangle OAB is half of AB multiplied by OC. Half of AB multiplied by OC. And what is AB? AB is 2 times of BC. Both are equal, AC and CB. So AB is 2 times of BC. Theta R square minus half of multiplied by 2 times of BC multiplied by OC. Theta R square minus half of 2 times of BC is R sin theta, and OC is R cos theta. This will theta R square here we can keep R square common from both the terms. R square theta minus 2 sin theta cos theta divided by 2 is equal to R square theta minus 2 sin theta cos theta is sin 2 theta divided by 2. So this is the area of flow in case of circular channel. So now we have perimeter as 2r theta and area of flow as R square theta minus sin 2 theta divided by 2. Now we find the condition for maximum velocity. Condition for maximum velocity. So we know for maximum velocity that A upon P should be maximum, and for maximum discharge AQ upon P should be maximum. So we are finding the condition for maximum velocity. So we have to find the condition for maximum A upon P value. So we have to vary the value of theta such that A upon P is maximum. So to find the value of theta for maximum A upon P, we have to differentiate this A upon P with respect to theta and equate it with 0. Differentiation of A upon P is both are the function of theta. So we have two functions x1 x2. So again we have to put the formula P dA upon d theta minus A dP upon d theta divided by P square is equal to 0, or we can write P dA upon d theta minus A dP upon d theta is equal to 0. So now we can find the individual d upon d theta and dP upon d theta. Suppose this is equation number 3. Now let's find first dP upon d theta. What is value of P in terms of theta? That is 2r theta that we have found here. This is 2r theta. So differentiation of this 2r theta with theta will be 2r, and similarly dA upon d theta we can find d upon d theta. What is A? Area is r square theta minus sin 2 theta divided by 2. So after differentiating this, r square is constant, theta differentiation of theta is 1 minus sin 2 theta will be cos 2 theta into 2. This is the differentiation of sin 2 theta, okay, divided by 2. Okay, this will cancel out. So we have dA upon d theta is equal to r square 1 minus cos 2 theta. So substitute dp upon d theta and dA upon d theta in equation number 3. P dA upon d theta minus a dp upon d theta is equal to 0. So what is P? That is 2r theta, and dA upon d theta is r square 1 minus cos 2 theta minus a is r square theta minus sin 2 theta divided by 2. dp upon d theta is 2r is equal to 0. Here r square we can take outside, 2r cube theta 1 minus cos 2 theta, and here also r cube 2r cube theta minus sin 2 theta divided by 2 is equal to 0. r cube 2 this will get cancelled. Now we have theta minus theta into cos 2 theta minus theta plus sin 2 theta divided by 2 is equal to 0, or theta into cos 2 theta is equal to sin 2 theta divided by 2, or 2 theta is equal to sin 2 theta divided by cos 2 theta, or tan 2 theta is equal to 2 theta. Okay. Now to find the value of theta from this expression, we have to apply trial and error approach. Okay. So here tan 2 theta, we have to put the value of theta in degree, and here we have to put the value of theta in radian. Okay. So we have to put any value of theta here and theta here and check whether both are equal or not. So in this way we can find the value of theta as 128 degree 0.75. 128.75 degree. Okay. So for this value of theta, tan 2 theta and 2 theta value will be same. Here remember the theta value will be, for this, if you convert this theta into radian, then theta will be equal to 128.75 multiplied by pi by 180. Okay, this is the value of 128.75 into radian. Now let's find the depth of flow from this figure. The depth of flow is dc. Why? This dc is OD minus OC, and OD is radius and OC is r cos theta. Okay, so r minus r cos theta. Y is equal to r minus r cos theta. That is r1 minus cos theta. And what is the value of theta for maximum velocity? That is 128.75 degree. After solving that, we will have approximate value of depth of flow 1.62 times of r, or in terms of diameter this will be 0.81 times of d. Means for the maximum velocity in circular channel, we need to keep the depth of flow as 0.81 times of diameter of the channel, okay, or 1.62 times the radius of the circular channel. Now let's find the hydraulic mean depth. A upon P. Area is r square theta minus sine 2 theta divided by 2 2r theta. After substituting the value of theta as 128.75 degree, we will have r approximately equal to 0.6086 r, or approximately equal to, in terms of diameter, 0.305 d. Okay, so these values you need to remember. Okay, the y value in terms of d and r value in terms of d you need to remember for maximum velocity condition. Condition for maximum discharge. For that we have to differentiate a cube upon p with respect to theta and equate it with 0. Okay, this condition we know. For the maximum flow rate we have to keep a cube upon p maximum. So d upon d theta, a cube divided by p is equal to 0. Differentiate this a cube upon p, we will have p d a cube divided by d theta minus a cube dp upon d theta divided by p square is equal to 0. Differentiation of this one will be p 3a square dA upon d theta minus a cube dp upon d theta. This p square will be 0, that is equal to 0. Now here we can cancel this a square by this cube, so it will become 3p dA upon d theta minus a dp upon d theta is equal to 0. Now again we have to substitute the value of p dA upon d theta, a dp upon d theta in this equation. Then we will have 3 2r theta dA upon d theta is r square 1 minus cos 2 theta minus area of flow r square theta minus sine 2 theta divided by 2 multiply by dp upon d theta is 2r is equal to 0. Here this will become 6r cube theta 1 minus cos 2 theta minus 2r cube theta minus sine 2 theta divided by 2 is equal to 0. This will cancel out. 2 3s are 6. 3 theta minus 3 theta cos 2 theta minus theta plus sine 2 theta divided by 2 is equal to 0. Or 4 theta, here 3 theta minus theta will be 2 theta minus 3 theta cos 2 theta plus sine 2 theta divided by 2. Sine 2 theta divided by 2 is equal to 0. Okay, again you have to apply the trial and error method to find the value of theta so that this equation will be satisfied. So for this, after solving, we will have theta is equal to 154 degree. Now again we can find the depth of flow, r1 minus cos theta. After substituting the value of theta, we will have approximately 0.95 times of d, and in similar way we can find the hydraulic mean depth. Then it will come out as 0.573 r, or approximately equal to 0.29 times of diameter. Okay, so these are the depth of flow and hydraulic mean depth for maximum flow rate in case of circular channel, most economical circular channel, and these are the value of depth of flow and hydraulic mean depth for maximum velocity for hydraulically efficient circular channel. So in the next lecture we will solve some problems related to triangular channel and circular channel. Thank you.